Happy Wednesday, Mid-Missouri. It's another warm one today. Temperatures right up there in the upper 50s alongside yesterday and the day before. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday now, all 3 days in a row full of warmth. Well warmer than normal temperatures and some sunshine as well. That's going to come to an end, though, pretty quickly. We're looking at some variable winds this morning. Winds out of the south throughout the first couple of hours after sunrise, and then we're seeing more of a switch to a northerly breeze. That's important because we're sitting kind of in this trough of low pressure. So we've got winds to the south of us. We've got winds to the north of us. We're still going to be warm, though, but we may not reach 60. Had we seen fully southerly winds, we would have been closer to 60, where folks near Fort Leonard Wood are more likely to see that. Overall, though, what we will see is a warm front eventually lifting later this evening. That's going to be these south winds. So sunshine and variable winds today, kind of a precursor to what's on the way. So as that warm front lifts, we'll see more chances for showers closer to the low pressure with this system. That'll move in generally after around 8 o'clock tonight for folks in the western half of mid-Missouri. So those showers, they show up late tonight and they hang around into the overnight hours. Quite widespread. It will be hit and miss in nature, but everyone sees a chance for this light rain as it moves in. And eventually, throughout the early morning hours, notice our temperatures. I know the blue is calling your attention, but look at these temperatures around. We've got temperatures in the mid-30s, falling into the low 30s, still above freezing, but cold enough to get that snow to the ground. So we're starting to see a little bit of a transition to snowflakes. Still could see temperatures near freezing, maybe just above, so this will have a hard time sticking. The ground is already warm, plus the rain and snow mixing together is kind of making it hard for the snow to accumulate, but it's snowing, and for some folks it may be at a pretty good clip. So we're going to keep a chance for a trace in the forecast, maybe an isolated amount more than that. We'll talk about that in a second, but that snow's out of here by around generally 10 o'clock, if not 10 o'clock, noon. And then by the afternoon, things are dry. Notice temperatures falling still still hanging out in the low 30s. Our warmest temperature of the day on Thursday will likely be around midnight tonight into early Thursday morning. Temperatures fall from there and throughout the rest of the day, and we don't really see them recover. Friday we will, but only back into the mid to upper 30s. So here's the snowfall map. Not a lot has changed. It did say a dusting, but I've decided that's maybe not super indicative of what we're actually going to see on the ground, which is maybe a trace of some snow slush. It won't be much, but it shouldn't be much of a dusting. It'll be kind of a slushy mess. But either way, not much is expected here. The only complicating factor is that it falls through your commute time frame, so maybe give yourself a little extra time as you're driving Thursday morning to work. We could look at this from another perspective. The chance of getting a measurable amount, maybe a tenth of an inch or more, less than 50% chance for folks in the best areas. So again, that's going to be north and west for Brunswick, Marshall, Boonville, Moberly, Macon. Chances are lesser to the south. And if we look at maybe the chance of an inch or more, that's going to be centering to the north and west, and at that point it's less than a 10% chance. So it doesn't look likely that we're going to see those higher amounts. It's going to be likely minimal. The good news for us in the forecast is that even though we've got a little bit of a dip in temperatures over the next couple of days and some snow in the forecast, things are above average over the next 6 to 10 days. So that's the majority of your 7-day forecast, warmer than normal. Take a look. We've got 38 on Friday. That's after a cool and maybe snowy day there Thursday morning. Again, we don't expect accumulations, but a couple of cool days, and we're back above normal on Saturday. We're in the upper 40s and the 50s on Sunday, and that leads us into our next chance for rain early next week. But even beyond that, temperatures look to stay a little warmer than average.